Hello everybody, my name is Kelly James Parker. You're watching Spotlight on the Ozarks. My special guest tonight is a young man that plays a fiddle, and I'm going to have him tell you his name. I can tell you it's Brett. I'm not real sure about the last name at this point, but we'll figure it out when we come back out of this commercial. You come back and watch a fiddle-playing young man from the Ozarks.
Hello friends, this is Rodney Lay Jr. Are you hankering for some good country cooking? Well, look no further than the Highway 59 Cafe just north of Diamond, Missouri. Visit Miss Renee, Deb, and all the fine staff there. They also have an event center for class reunions or any large indoor event you have coming up. Yep, Highway 59 Cafe. Where the food is good and the coffee is always hot. 3 miles north of Diamond, Missouri.
And we're back from those commercial breaks with my special guest tonight. His name is Brett
Dudenhoeffer.
Dudenhoeffer. Let me do that again. And we're back after this. Well, we're back. And his name is Brett Dudenhoeffer. Right?
Yes.
Okay. Brett, good to have you on, sir.
Thanks for having me.
You know how you got on the show? I'm glad to have you on, but you know who got you on?
Grandma.
Yeah. Yeah,
it's always Grandma.
Yeah, it's always Grandma. Yeah, she did. She got a hold of me. She's something like, "I have a grandson that you really need to get on this show." And I was like, "Oh no." Okay, and then she sent me a clip or a link to go, and I thought, yeah, well, that's really good. Which I'd have you on anyway. Don't matter. It's all about people in the Ozarks, but you're really good.
Well, thank you very much. Appreciate it.
How long have you been playing?
Oh gosh, I think it'd be 14 years now.
How old are you?
I am 18.
No.
Yes.
You don't look 18.
Well,
You've lived a good life.
oh yeah.
Guess my age. Watch it.
Oh gosh, 30.
You're such a liar. You're a good kid. You'll go far. You're going to go on. I am 30 plus 30. So, yeah, there you go. So, I was telling the lady the other day, we were talking, and I said, boy, I look pretty good for 54. She goes, you look amazing. I said, yeah, but I'm 74, but I'm not. I'm 60. So, I lied, but anyway. Where do you play at?
Oh gosh, we play all over the Ozarks, and plus that, we've been everywhere from Silver Dollar City to Minnesota to Indiana, and everywhere in between. Pretty soon coming up, we'll be at Silver Dollar City's Bluegrass and Barbecue, May 2nd and 3rd. We'll be over at the Jerusalem's Ridge Bluegrass Celebration coming up pretty soon. We'll be down in Minnesota again, Houston, Minnesota.
Wow.
And just kind of all over the Ozarks, plus that, and everywhere in between.
Yeah, you're going to be busy.
Oh, yeah.
So, now that's in this year, which is, we're filming this in 2019. Mm-hmm. So that's all this year?
Yeah. And we'll also be over at Starvey Creek Bluegrass Festival again in 2020.
Okay. What was the first group you ever played with?
My first bluegrass band was the Finley River Boys, but back then we were called Acoustic Essays, but we changed our name. But for a long time,
it was called what?
It used to be called Acoustic Essays, but we changed that to Finley River Boys.
Okay. I thought you said, I don't know, I thought you said Acoustic Gassers or something.
Yeah.
I thought you said. I thought, yes, I would change that name too.
But for a long time, it was me and Russ. We'd go around and just play a bunch of shows and that type of stuff. But back in, I think it was 2013, I got together with, back then we were called Acoustic Essays, but now we're called Finley River Boys, and I've been with them ever since.
Okay. How many members is in that band?
4, including me.
Okay. So, what are their names?
Well, there's Brad Reynolds, and he plays bass and he sings, and he does a lot of our booking, Facebook page, that type of stuff. Okay. There's Bill Kreider. He plays the guitar and he also sings. And there's Alan Johnson. He plays banjo and he also sings.
Cool. Well, we'll have to... do you have any clips that we can show of all of you playing music?
Yeah, I'm sure.
Okay, maybe we can get
lots of clips.
Okay, we'll see what we can find, and then maybe we can have it before the show's over. You say you're going to be in Silver Dollar City?
Yes.
Okay, and when is that again?
It'll be May 2nd and 3rd of 2019 for the Bluegrass and Barbecue Festival.
I'm going to be at a barbecue. It's no, really, don't laugh. It's a bar. I'm going to a buddy's, and he's from England, and he has these barbecues, and so my folk band, we're going to be there.
Oh, awesome!
Jam, yeah, it's pretty cool. Yeah, so you get paid for yours probably though, huh? You don't have to tell me, but I mean, don't tell me what you're getting paid. But, see this. Look at me. This is your future. If you don't, if you play it wrong, you don't.
Ask me if I play it right.
You play it right?
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. Yes. What made you want to start playing the fiddle? Did your grandpa, your grandma, did grandma play the fiddle or what?
No, actually, I get to tell this story now.
Okay.
So, well, I was 4 years old at the time, and I was a big fan of the show Barney because I was 4.
Okay.
And
that's the dinosaur.
it's a big purple dinosaur, and there's an episode where Barney was playing the fiddle, and I was like, I want to do that. And so...
So your inspiration is Barney the dinosaur.
Yes. Yeah, and so nobody in my family played anything. And so when I mentioned that I would play the fiddle, they were kind of like, what? And so I finally convinced them to give me a little fiddle about that big when I was 4 for Christmas. And yeah, and so we kind of looked around the area. I live in Marshfield, Lebanon area. We couldn't really find anybody that was wanting to teach a 4-year-old. And so we looked kind of outside that area. We went to Buffalo, and we met Russ, and he said 4 was the perfect age to start. And so I've been with him for 14 years now.
Wow. Yeah, Russ. Now, who's this Russ you're talking about?
Oh, he's been my fiddle teacher for 14 years now. There are just no words to describe Russ. He's just all of them.
What's his last name?
Weeks. Russ Weeks.
Russ Weeks.
And he owns a music store over in Buffalo.
Yeah. We're gonna have him on. We're gonna have him on the show.
Yeah.
Probably the next week.
Mm-hmm.
Because he's actually in the studio.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we can't say nothing bad. Which there's nothing bad to say.
Oh yeah, sure.
Oh, is there something bad to say?
Oh.
When we go to commercial, you have to tell me.
Oh yeah.
And you heard it here. No, just kidding. He's hurt himself.
Mm-hmm.
He's wounded.
Yeah. It's not the first time.
I think he's pretty brave to take on a 4-year-old playing the fiddle.
Oh yeah, it was. Believe me when I say it was tough to find one. So we kind of had to look outside our area to Buffalo, and really excited. He said 4 was the perfect age to start, and so.
Wow, I have to talk to him about that because I taught music and I never wanted to teach any kids under 8. So I'll have to ask him about these 4-year-olds. How he braved that one. We'll talk to him on on his show about that. I'll say,
I'm sure I was a blast. Right?
Well, I know one thing. You sure play the fiddle. So how long did you play or practice before you actually started thinking, hey, I can play this?
Well, not very long. Well, I've went to lessons for a couple of years, and Russ over at the store always had recitals. And so it was a couple of those, and then we just knew people, and it was, I don't exactly remember how I got started kind of playing around. I remember the longest show I've ever done, I think it was 6 years old about. It was a 30-minute show.
Wow.
And that was like unheard of for me. And so that kind of stuff started. Jana J had a fiddle camp and festival over in Grove, Oklahoma that Russ went to all the time.
Yeah, she was, you're not old enough to remember, she was on Hee Haw.
Yeah. And so I went down there, I played in the fiddle contest down there, and did a couple of stuff there. And so that kind of started it up. And I don't remember exactly when I decided that I kind of wanted to start performing a lot, but that's kind of how I got into it.
So how did you get connected with your group you're with now?
Actually, that's a good story because there's a organization, Greater Ozarks Bluegrass Society, GOBS, out of Springfield, and I went over to the meeting one time, and they decided to have a band scramble. And so it's actually, I just put my name, Brett Dudenhoeffer, fiddle, vocals, and I got paired with Brad Reynolds, who's our bass player.
Okay.
And so it's just like a 15-minute band thing. You work up like 3 songs, you go out and play. Wow. And so he kept in contact with me, and I started, they already had acoustic essays back then. It was just Bill and Brad and 2 other members that aren't in the band anymore because of other stuff. But So I kind of kept in contact. I went to a couple of their shows to get them play a couple songs, and I think it was November 2013 when I officially became a member.
Okay.
Yeah, and so I met them through Band Scramble, basically.
Wow. Well, times have changed. You know, you guys, like young folks now, you have social media, you've got YouTube, you got man, back when I was 18, I was your age, I had beer joints. That was it. We went to a beer joint. Where do you play? I'm at the beer joint. We're going to go to a commercial, Brett, and we'll be back, and we're going to visit with you some more
Awesome.
about your music and stuff that you're doing in the Ozarks.
Well, thank you.
My guest tonight is Brett
Dudenhoeffer.
That's it. I was just checking to see if you knew. We'll be back right after this.
Hello folks, my name's Jason Richardson. I'm the lead guitar player for Kelly's Country Junction, and I'm here to tell you about MJT Guitars, made in Carthage, Missouri. If you would like a custom-made vintage-style guitar, then you need to talk to Mark Jenny. He'll help you out with the style, feel, and sound you are looking for. They specialize in custom-made finishes and are priced affordable, made with you in mind for the perfect sound and fit. MJT Guitars, made for the working man.
And we're back after those commercial breaks with my special guest tonight, Brett.
Dudenhoeffer.
That's him right there. Yeah. You know your name.
I do know my
That's
name.
good, yeah. Hey, I want to ask you a question. Do you know in Branson, Missouri, have you met Terry Wayne Sanders?
Yes, I have. He's an amazing fiddle player.
Yeah. No.
Oh, wait. Never. I'm thinking Thomas Massick. Never mind.
Yeah.
But sorry about that.
How do you say?
Terry.
You've held out, Terry. I didn't know you could play the fiddle.
No. I was thinking of Tom. Never mind. Wrong person. I'm sorry. No, I don't think
Terry Wayne Sanders is the Comedian of the Year 7 times in Branson, Missouri. He's also a co-host of the show. When he's not in Branson, he'll come here, and a lot of times he'll be in this chair doing the interviews. But he knows everybody in Branson. He's been there for 30 years.
Yeah.
40 years he's been there. So you need to connect with people like that, you know.
Yeah.
And even with your band, you take your band and play, and I bet they know a lot of stuff. So, yeah. No, really, I'm serious. No, he's looking at me like, yeah, whatever, old man. Whatever. Are you going to go to college?
I am going to college. Going over to Missouri State University, and I plan on studying business management with an emphasis on public relations.
Cool. You'll be good at that.
I hope so.
I'm sure you will, yeah. What did you major in high school?
Just high school.
Just staying out of the principal's office?
Yeah. No, I do lots of stuff in high school. So, yeah.
What kind of sports did you play?
Back in, up to about high school, I played baseball for a long time. I played basketball for a long time.
Okay.
It got very kind of jumbled sometimes trying to manage the music type of stuff, and so I just kind of look at what I was more passionate about, and so I kind of eased off of that once I got into high school, especially with a lot harder classes and everything. I decided to kind of focus more on music aspect of it.
Yeah. Well, I think you got a good head on your shoulders.
Well, thanks.
Because you got out of high school, right?
Well, I'm graduating in May this year.
Okay, this is your last year. So, and then when you going to college? Immediately, or
the next fall.
Next fall. Wow, that's good. I'd take a year off. Chase women. Yeah. Do you have a girlfriend?
No.
You want one?
I'm fine.
Okay. I'm trying to help you, son. You know, I mean, because you can look out there and we can give your phone number and everything right there. Wanted. one good-hearted woman. Oh, Lordy. No, I'm just giving you a rough timer. Yeah, I don't get many young folks like you, on here. So, old people give young people trouble. Did you know that?
No, I don't know.
Well, we do.
All right.
That's what we do. And then when we're gone, you're glad. You're like,
No.
well, he's gone. That's a good deal.
No.
No?
I've been hanging around Russ for a long time.
Oh, now we're calling Russ old, are we? Well. What's this I hear about? When commercial break, they were talking about. They thought Russ was your grandpa. Can you tell that?
We were. This was quite a while ago. Russ and I were playing over at Renfro Valley, Kentucky, for a couple of days down there, and we were over at the hotel, and there's this guy comes up, and well, my dad is actually older than Russ, but this guy comes up and want to know if Russ is my grandpa and if my dad was his son.
Oh no!
And
poor Russ.
we've never let him live that down.
Golly, poor Russ. Well, he'll be on next week's show. I think we mentioned that. So, Russ, what was his last name? Weeks?
Russ Weeks.
Weeks. Yeah, I knew that. I'm glad you know what's going on. So, you know all these names. It's good. What about Branson? Would you like to play some more in Branson?
Yeah, I would love our group to get to play more in Branson sometimes.
What kind of places in Branson? I know you mentioned Silver Dollar City, but what kind of other places? Is there a venue to play in Branson?
Well, all the venues in Branson are great.
But like for bluegrass, like some of them might not be geared for bluegrass, but or country. And
we've actually got to play over at the Bald Knobbers show a couple of times before, like a pre-show down there. We got to play
cool.
it there.
Okay.
Customer appreciation. So a lot of those old country shows are great.
Yeah, they are. You don't want to play a country show, you don't think, though, later on in life?
Maybe later on in life. I'm very happy with my group and what I'm doing right now.
Okay. But now, when you go to college, how are you going to do the two? Yeah.
Well, luckily, I'm going to where I decided to go in college was in Springfield, and so that's where we're based out of.
Oh.
Marshfield's only like 30 minutes away from Springfield, and so I plan on living on campus, but it will actually probably be easier because a lot of our shows are in Springfield.
Yeah.
So luckily, I'll still get to continue doing what I'm doing in college.
Wow. And being a musician, that's a chick magnet. It is. I mean, it's hard to believe looking at me, but I used to be a chick magnet with that guitar. Couldn't play. Don't help me. Couldn't play but 2 chords. I don't know. I think you need a girlfriend, son. That's what I'm thinking. When this boy needs a girlfriend, his name is Brett Dudenhoeffer. Help me.
Dudenhoeffer.
There you go. Yeah. Well, should we put your phone number up?
I'm fine.
Okay.
Thank you, though.
I'm just trying to help you, man.
I appreciate it.
That's all right. I'm here. I'm here for you. I'm in your corner.
Well, thanks. Well, I'm a full-time student right now in high school, and I'm involved with National Honor Society and other groups like that. One thing I really love doing is choir, and you don't really expect that from a bluegrass person, but I've been in choir, I think, since about 3rd or 4th grade.
Okay.
And so I'm excited to get to that in college too.
Cool. I played the fiddle for a little while.
Mm-hmm.
I was in a Joplin tornado, and so it tore up all my guitars, tore up everything I had except 2 fiddles, and didn't even touch those fiddles, and they were still in tune. When somebody found them and gave them back to me, they were in tune.
Wow.
But I am the kind of fiddle player that makes a good fiddle player like you mad. You'd be like, oh, I wish that guy would shut up.
Oh, no.
Oh, yeah.
No, never.
Oh, yeah. Believe me. So anyway, I sold both of them, so there's no threat no more. Fiddle is the one instrument that seemed to just escape me. I got I got this down, the strokes, and so I didn't squeak, But with no frets, I had the worst troubles trying to. And as a fiddle player, it's not good when you're not quite there, so you got to. Oh, there it is.
That's pretty much a thing. That's why I like fiddle opposed to violin playing, because you can slide and fiddle, and they don't care if you're a little off. You just go.
There you go. Well, see, I didn't know that.
Well, actually, before at fiddle camps and type things, I've seen fiddles with frets. So.
Oh, really?
Yeah, a fretted fiddle.
That's what I need, a fretted fiddle. I can't say that.
Capos.
I need a fretted fiddle. Yeah.
That's another thing. It'd be great. Fiddle capos.
Yeah, well, I bet it would be, wouldn't it? Yeah. Same with bass guitars. Yeah.
Well, with the intonation thing, I've, with being around with the bluegrass band for so long, Brad has, a giant stand-up bass, and we've, just kind of messed around on it, and talk about intonation on that thing. It's like fiddle, but, like a lot bigger, and so trying to find the right note is like,
So do you play other things besides the fiddle?
I do. It's mainly fiddle. I am playing mandolin quite a bit more because I've been with Russ for 14 years, and Russ is one of the best mandolin players I've ever heard. Okay. And so he's been trying to show me a little bit on that, and it's great because it's like a fiddle with frets. It's like the notes for the fingers are the same. It's just the picking gets me. I feel like I'm getting a little bit better on it. I played a little bit of guitar. I can do some chords, but I would not base anything off my guitar playing skills. Well, they're not very good.
You get a lot better. But being a fiddle player, that's probably what you want to do. So.
Yeah, it's mainly fiddle.
And that is one instrument that is so easy to carry.
Oh, it's great. Yeah.
You don't hurt your back or nothing, So
talk about the stand-up bass. That's a blast to carry.
Oh yeah, that and if you're in a country band, the drummer.
Oh, yeah.
Bringing in all them drums. Now they've got the electric drums.
Mm-hmm. They have electric basses now, like electric stand-up basses.
Yeah. Do you know Barry Wynn?
Yes, I do know Barry Wynn.
He was on Kelly's Country Junction, and played, and then his daughter played one of those, And so, but I always admire that kind of stuff. What was I going to say? We were just talking about that. See, that's what you get when you get old. But we were talking about the music, and I was going to ask you something, but anyway, I forgot what it was. So, but anyway, so have you played anything with Barry?
Yeah, actually, for a long time, our group played over at the Baker Creek festival.
I was going to ask about that. Yeah, the Seed Company.
Yeah, the Seed Company. They had like a festival kind of spring through summertime. Right. I think they went through fall. I forget exactly how long they went, but about every month. Okay. And Barry was in charge of the music, and so I've gotten to know him quite a bit. And like I said, I've been to Gops a couple times, and so I've gotten to know him and his family. And so I don't know if I've ever played directly with him besides like outside of jamming and that type of stuff. Okay. But I've heard him for years. He's a great guy. Oh, cool. And a great mandolin player.
He is. He's a good fella. And him and Mike Mickham are a lot the same. They do. And I'm going to say it because I know them both real well. They never shut up. You can't get a word in edgewise. Nothing like me, Brett. But they never be quiet. I mean, I'm not that way, am I?
No.
No, of course I'm not.
No.
I don't talk all the time.
No, not at all.
Well, we got your grandma to laugh anyway. That's fine. I'll tell you, we're going to have to go to commercial. And I'll tell you what we're going to do. I'm going to go ahead and have you on, I'm sure it'll work, because we're not geared for really music, but I'm going to have, when we come back, I'm going to have you and Russ come up and do this. It's a cripple something waltz.
Yeah, it's a new song we wrote called Crippled Fiddle Waltz.
Crippled Fiddle Waltz. So you're going to hear it right here on Spotlight on the Ozarks. I know we can get away with that. So we'll just slide the mic back a ways and have you all standing right here. And we'll move the chairs out. So we'll go to commercial first, and we'll come back with that and have you guys play that, and I'll come up and we'll do a little send-off.
Awesome. Okay? Thank you.
Hang around, because you're going to want to hear Brett
Dudenhoeffer.
Yeah, that's him. I'm glad you know your name. That's him. And then Russ Weeks is going to come up and join you.
Yeah.
Okay. And so we'll be back right after this message. I'm a mess. I lost an hour's sleep.
Me too. It's okay.
Hey, Georgette, did you know Kelly's Country Junction comes on this station?
And Kelly Lee James is my favorite.
Well, a lot of folks say I look like him.
In your dreams.
Hard to believe you're Joanne's little sister. I met you were 6 years old in that sandbox. I should have let that cat covered you up.
Homer, listen.
You listen.
No.
Don't start Fonzie. Hey, Fonz. Did you watch Kelly James in the 70s review show?
Oh, yeah.
No, it's hey.
Hey.
All right, and that song was called what?
Cripple Fiddle Waltz.
Cripple Fiddle Waltz. Okay. Brett enjoyed that.
Thank you so much for having me.
He wrote that song. You wrote that song.
Yeah.
He wrote that song.
Okay, cool. That's a really good song.
Well, thank you
But
very
you
much.
wrote about him
Yeah.
because he's cripple-footed
Yeah.
now. But what are you going to do when he's not crippled no more?
Well, we'll remember a time when he was.
Okay. I wished I could remember a time when I was. What do you want to say on the way out of the show tonight? I bet we forgot something, didn't we?
Yeah, well, I just kind of wanted to quickly mention to go look up the Finley River Boys. We are on Facebook. We have a website. It's just www.finleyriverboys.com.
Okay.
We just put out a brand new CD, and we put them both on the Radio Airplay Direct charts, and that's where like certain radio stations download music
Okay.
to play on their station. And our one that we put on is I think it's at number 3 right now on the
Oh.
most downloaded charts in America.
Well, that's
so
good.
we're pretty excited about that.
Should have mentioned that a while
Yeah,
ago.
because I didn't think about that. But yeah, so if you want to go over to, we have a Facebook page, you can get them on there, or you can go to our website. So it's just Finley River Boys.
Well, we'll put that up here on the screen.
Yeah.
That Facebook page and also your website. So
Awesome.
make sure I get that before you leave.
Okay.
Okay. Next week, we're going to have this guy, Russ Weeks, on. Is that right?
That's right.
Okay. Then that means we're going to record it later today.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're going to stay and watch, ain't you?
Oh, yeah.
All right, okay. Well, that's all for this edition of Spotlight on the Ozarks. My guest tonight has been Brett
Dudenhoeffer.
Dudenhoeffer.
Mr. Dudenhoeffer here, and that's been my guest, and it's been a pleasure having you.
Thank you so much for having me.
All right, buddy. And maybe you can come back again,
Yeah, I'd love to.
and maybe we'll have a few more things to talk about. Maybe
Yeah.
a girlfriend. Yeah. We'll see you next week right here on Spotlight on the Ozarks with this man right here. He's going to be my guest. Yeah. I bet he's got a girlfriend.
Oh, yeah.
Has he got a wife?
Yeah.
I hope they don't meet.
And a girl. No.
I hope they don't meet. I hope they don't meet. We're going now.